Hello and welcome to the HBP Systems Help video Workstation installation for Exchequer. So from time to time you may need to run a Workstation installation on your machine, whether that be to install Exchequer from scratch or something that's advised to have been done by our help desk. So the first thing that you'll need to do is browse your network to the mapped network drive of where Exchequer is installed. 9 times out of 10 this will be your X or your K drive. It could be a different map drive letter, it depends what your network admin have set up, so if you're unsure you can check with them or with HBP Systems. Once you're in there you'll see either an Exchequer folder, an enterprise folder, sometimes it's even just called EXCH for short. It really depends upon what it's been called when it's installed. If you go into that folder, sometimes you'll see your full files and folders within here, but sometimes you'll see a subfolder called Enterprise. If so, just go into that Enterprise folder, and then once you're in here, the folder we're looking for is this folder called Workstation. Once you're in here, you're looking for this file called Setup WKS. A lot of people often ask about the Setup WKS-V and the Setup WKS-X. They're not required, don't worry about those, it is always this Setup WKS. So I'm just going to double click that to run it, and what that's going to do is go away and launch the installer that we need. So the first thing you'll see is this welcome screen. If you just select next, you'll then get a screen for the workstation configuration. If you're just installing on a machine, this will just be standard. Sometimes local program files are used for terminal server installations. If you are installing the workstation install onto a terminal server and you're unsure whether this is needed or not, please just contact us on the help desk and we'll advise. So for the purpose of this exercise, and 9 times out of 10 it will always be standard. Then it's asking us which program group we want the icon to appear in. If you leave that as Exchequer and just select next. Now it's asking us about the paperless module icons, and this is for the fax client, which for most people is no longer used anymore. So if you just select none at this stage and go next. It's now asking if we want to install the prerequisites for the e-business module. If you do use this module, just tick these 2 boxes here. If not, just select next. It's now asking about the installation for the Sentinel module. If you are using Sentinel, it is likely to be installed on your server, so I'd advise not installing these on the actual client machine itself. Select next. Now it's asking about dashboard controls. If you do have the plugins for the Outlook dashboard controls, you can select this box. If not, just select next. It's now telling us it's ready to set up the workstation install, so you can tick this box so that the icons are added for all users that log onto your workstation. And select install. This is going to go away and do its thing. Don't worry too much if it appears to be taking a while. It can take up to about 5 minutes, so we just need to be patient with it and let it do its thing. It's just writing everything to the registry at the moment. And don't worry too much if nothing shows on here, it still is actually doing something. Okay, now it's asking us to install a fax printer. As mentioned earlier on, most people don't use the fax anymore, so you wouldn't need to run this fax client on your machine. If you select continue. Now it's asking us to install some prerequisites, so if you use the functionality to submit your VAT return online through Exchequer, you can select install here and it will go away and run a separate installer for that. If not, just select skip. Now it's asking us the same thing to do with CIS, so if you are filing your CIS returns directly online through Exchequer, again you can select the installation here and it will go away and do that for you. If not, just select skip. Now it's telling us the workstation installation is complete, so if you select finish, and what you'll find now is if we go to our start menu, it's installed Exchequer onto here for us, and at this stage obviously we can then just pin that to start or pin that to taskbar if need be. You'll see I've now got my icon for Exchequer down here. And just a separate note, if you do want to put a shortcut on your desktop and you're unsure of where the Exchequer application is actually launched from, Within your Exchequer installation folder there is a file called enterprise.exe, which is this one here. So you can always right click on this and send it to desktop if you want to see the icon on there as well, and that pops the icon onto there for me. Thank you very much for listening to the help video for Exchequer Workstation install by HBP Systems.